Finally, some big news coming out for those of you on Social Security. Let's take a look. Coming out Thursday, September the 19th, House may force a vote on a bill to eliminate rules that reduce pensions for Social Security benefits. But that's not all. We're also going to be discussing expanding and increasing Social Security benefits. Let's take a look at this. Schatz introduces a bill to expand Social Security. He has reintroduced a bill just recently that would increase Social Security benefits by an average of $125 per month. Ensure cost of living adjustments reflect actual living expenses for retirees and otherwise improve and expand the Social Security program. So, like I said, this coming out September of 2024. I'm going to get you caught up on all the latest updates so you know exactly what is going on, as finally, those that collect Social Security benefits, including retirement, SSI, SSDI, all the fixed income benefits from Social Security, are finally starting to see some traction on bills and votes being forced here very soon. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. These articles are going to be linked in the description below. As always, I cite the sources so you can read them for yourself. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, take a quick second, hit that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the articles and get you caught up on the latest happening right now with Social Security. All right, so we're going to be talking about the potential $125 per month increase here in just a second. But first, let's take a look at this first bill that we're hearing a vote will be forced on in Congress here very likely soon. Now, this came out Thursday, just a couple days ago, September the 19th. And some of the key points: House lawmakers have reached the number of signatures that they need to prompt a vote on a bill that would eliminate certain rules that reduce Social Security benefits for pensions. In other words, they're going around, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, saying, hey, we're going to force a vote in the House on this bill. This is the Social Security Fairness Act that would repeal rules known as the Windfall Elimination Provisions, or the WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, or the GPO. The bipartisan bill had wide support in both the House and the Senate, and we've shared here on the channel there is bipartisan support to reform Social Security. There needs to be changes, and soon, because there are several issues with the program that will be coming to fruition here within the next decade or so. So they have got to make changes, and there is bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats, to help change, reform, save Social Security. Now, the article says that House makers in Washington have the signatures that they need to force a vote on a bill to eliminate rules that reduce Social Security benefits for certain retirees who also receive pension income. On Thursday morning, Representatives Abigail Spanberger and Garrett Graves marked the 206 signatures, a discharge petition that thus far has collected with the press conference outside of the Capitol building alongside organizations representing police, firefighters, postal workers, teachers, and other governmental employees often affected by these rules. By Thursday afternoon, the number of signatures had climbed to 218, which is enough to force a vote on a bill. So finally, those that have been saying, take Social Security bills to the floor for a vote, looks like it's finally going to be happening. Now, the bipartisan bill, the Social Security Fairness Act, would repeal rules known as the Windfall Elimination Provision and the Governmental Pension Offset that currently reduce Social Security benefits for almost 3 million Americans. We have taken on a bipartisan basis, something that's just completely unjust that has been going on for over 4 decades, Graves said. This is a situation where you have some of the most important occupations, some of the most important contributors to our community that are being discriminated against. How these rules affect retirement decisions: the Windfall Elimination Provision reduces Social Security benefits for individuals who receive pension incomes from public roles that did not contribute to Social Security payroll tax, but who also paid into programs and qualified for benefits through other work. The WEP affects about 2 million Social Security beneficiaries. The Government Pension Offset, meanwhile, reduces spousal benefits for federal, state, and local government employees who did not contribute to Social Security payroll tax. The GPO affects about 800,000 retirees. The rules can force affected workers to make tough retirement decisions. Now, the bill faces uncertainties despite bipartisan momentum, though. The bill to repeal the WEP and the GPO rules is the most bipartisan and co-sponsored bill in the United States Congress right now, says Landsman of Ohio on Thursday. The House version of the bill currently has 327 co-sponsors. If the bill is put up for a vote in the House, it may pass, experts say. Then it would go to the Senate, where the bill has 62 co-sponsors as well. Looks like they're just going to make it through. Time constraints rates may limit the effort's progress, though, Emerson Sprick, Associate Director of the Bipartisan Policy Center's Economic Policy Program, recently told CNBC. Both the Senate and the House have a lot of work to do before the end of the year. Now, while experts agree the WEP and the GPO rules could be adjusted to be fairer, some say eliminating them altogether may not be the right answer. The Congressional Budget Office, or the CBO, has estimated that the move would cost around $196 billion over the course of the next 10 years. Social Security already faces a trust fund shortfall, with the program's combined funds projected to run out by the year 2035, when 83% of benefits will be payable. Others have voiced concern that repealing the rules would result in more generous income replacement formulas for workers with combined public and private work compared with others who contribute to Social Security for their entire careers. To the extent that people have worked both in covered and non-covered employment in general, they should be receiving some Social Security benefits, said Paul Van de Water, a senior fellow at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. The question is, how much, he said. So you guys, it looks like they're going to be forcing a vote on that bill, but now let's talk about what a lot of people have been asking for, and that is a bump up and increase in Social Security benefits, and we're hearing to the tune of $125 per month. Now, this is a bill, take a look here, came from Schatz, reintroduced to expand Social Security. U.S. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii reintroduced a bill on Wednesday that would increase Social Security benefits by an additional $125 on average, ensure cost of living adjustments reflect actual living expenses of retirees, and otherwise improve and expand the program. Now, this bill is the Safeguarding American Families and Expanding Social Securities Act, which was originally introduced back in 2021 but failed to advance after a pair of readings and referrals to the Senate Finance Committee. Now, let me know your thoughts. With the way that inflation is going, would an extra $125 per month help out? I think a lot of people would say yes, and especially with what we're hearing about COLA projections right now, stick around to the end for a little more on that as well. Social Security is the most successful safety net program in American history, said Schatz. My bill will expand Social Security, put more money in the hands of seniors who rely on it, strengthen the program for the next generation of retirees, and make sure that everyone pays into the system equally. Now, the bill would also adjust benefits calculations to increase monthly benefits by an average of $125, provide an additional 5% increase in benefits for older seniors to ensure that they can make ends meet as their retirement savings are depleting, guarantee a new minimum benefit to help lower income seniors have enough to survive, and provide a credit to caregivers that would be added to an individual's earnings to calculate their future Social Security benefits. Now, in addition to that, the measure would ensure that an increase in benefits would not harm an individual's eligibility or reduce their SSI, Medicaid, or CHIP benefits, eliminate the waiting period for disability insurance and surviving spousal benefits, include an increase of 5.7% in net investment income tax to extend the solvency of the trust fund to 2050, and update the annual cost of living adjustment to better reflect the actual costs that seniors face through the use of the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, so switching it from CPIW to CPIE. Enactment of the SAFE Social Security Act would give all Americans confidence that Social Security will be there for them when they need it, said NCPSSM President and CEO Max Richmond. It would extend the solvency of the trust fund for decades to come by asking the wealthiest Americans to pay their fair share. It also provides much-needed improvement to Social Security benefits, which have not been boosted in a half a century. Now, SSW President Nancy Altman thanked Schatz for the visionary legislation and his tireless efforts to increase our economic security. This essential legislation substantially increases benefits for all current and future beneficiaries, both across the board by an average of $1,500 a year and in important targeted ways, Altman said. It also ensures that the benefits can be paid in full and on time for the foreseeable future. Now, like I said last week, this bill was reintroduced into Congress. We're going to be seeing if it gets any traction. I know a lot of people have been waiting for those promises of increases that we've been hearing. Now, if there's any updates on this, I will be sure to keep you up to speed on this. And it sounds like the Social Security Fairness Act, though, is going to be taken up here for a vote very soon. Congress, the House, forcing this to be voted on. I will keep you up to speed on both of these bills. And like I said, if you want to hear the latest about Social Security, be sure to check out this video right here next as I cover for you what they're saying about the COLA coming and also 5 additional changes that will be coming regardless of who becomes the president in the upcoming elections. I'll be sure to keep you up to speed on everything. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.